What's good? What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So I am doing another segment of Here's What They Think About You. This one is dedicated to Canelo Alvarez. All right, I'm not gonna keep you guys long with my talk. I mean, I'm basically going over the same stuff that I've been telling you before, how I feel about Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez. But I want you to stay tuned because once I get done talking, I want you to hear what everybody in the boxing world, whether that be Hall of Fame boxers or just people that's associated with boxers like Teddy Atlas and just people in boxing, what they think and what they have to say about Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez. All right, now again, you know how this video goes. I'm advocating and I'm pushing for the David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez fight. For you guys that want to sit there and try to manipulate the situation and say, well, every time Canelo, you guys say that he's ducking this guy, then you guys say he's ducking this guy. Bro, listen, do you think the ball stops when Canelo Alvarez fights an opponent? Boxing is not only a what have you done for me lately sport, but it's a sport that's not about what happens, but what happens next. All right. When you fight one good fighter, does your career end or do you keep going? If you keep going, guess what? We're gonna hold you to the standards of a top fighter, which means we want you to fight we want you to fight more great fighters, okay? So you can't get mad at us or you can't get mad at fans for pressing Canelo versus or wanting Canelo versus David Benavidez because, bro, yes, Canelo has a Hall of Fame career, but last time that I checked, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, Canelo Alvarez is still competing. Not only is he still competing, he's still competing at the highest level. Not only is he still competing at the highest level, he has all the belts at 168. So I'm gonna not only hold you to the standards of a champion, but the standards of an undisputed champion, which means that you have to fight the best of your weight class. Something that Canelo Alvarez has not been doing here recently, and according to who he plans on fighting, he doesn't plan on doing that in the near future either. Okay, he's defended. He's fought John Ryder, a guy that nobody wanted to see. Jermell Charlo, a guy that doesn't compete at 168. He's talking about fighting Jamal Charlo next, a guy that's been inactive and a guy that the Canelo fans yourself, has stated you does not deserve a fight with Canelo Alvarez. Now all of a sudden that's changed, and then he's also talking about fighting Terrence Crawford, a career welterweight, not even a career welterweight, but a current welterweight. He's talking about fighting him in September. So, I think we've had enough with this. You know what I'm saying? If Canelo didn't have the belts, if he just relinquished the belts and just stated he wants to fulfill his contract by fighting a few more fights, I wouldn't hold Canelo to these standards. It is what it is. All right, but the fact is he's an active champion, and I'm gonna hold him to the standards of an active champion. But don't take my word for it. Let's go ahead and see what the fans, what the fighters have to say about Canelo Alvarez.
To me, like we keep on saying, we want to see Benavidez. Canelo, hell of a fighter, but in my personal opinion, he's ducking Benavidez. That's just my personal opinion, and I'm allowed to speak my mind. That's just what it is. We want to see Benavidez. Let's make it happen.
Fights Canelo.
I mean, it's a reason Canelo hasn't fought him. And nobody really likes fighting a guy that has a lot of output like that, especially when you're not a guy who has a lot of output. And Canelo's economical with his punches. He relies a lot on power, timing, skill. He'll let guys waste their energy, and then he'll come on, and he believes that the power and his accuracy is going to bail him out, and it has, for many, many fights. So nobody really wants to fight a dude like Benavidez, and you have to add in his height and his reach. And he's not a scary fighter. He's looking for the smoke. That's a lot you got to contend with. So if they fought, I know Canelo's going to come ready, and he's probably going to be, what he needs to be able to compete with Benavidez. But, man, I think you got to lean toward Benavidez, man,
Going damn near 100 punches around. You had a hard time surviving with a guy who was throwing 55 to 60 around. You going to put him in there with a guy throwing 100 around now? That's bigger than him already, that's taller than him, that Canelo really don't even want to fight.
That's what I'm saying. Why Canelo is avoiding this guy? Why?
Well, y'all got to talk to him about that, bro. I mean, there's a lot of things going with boxing.
Come on, man, you can say it, Roy.
He came with all that energy.
This what I be saying.
Come on, man, you can say it, bro.
This is what I be saying. There's a lot of ways to say no. A lot of different ways to say no.
It is.
You understand me?
Is.
And for me to sit back and tell you,
he picked the wrong way to say no.
I picked the wrong way to say no.
There's a lot of ways to say no.
Yeah.
You fought the greatest Mexican argument of all time. You fought his son, and now you got another Mexican over here that you don't want to fight. You didn't see my thing on TikTok?
I saw it.
You saw it?
I saw it.
Roy, what you doing on TikTok?
I'm just saying. How you gonna tell me all these people we fight? You gonna tell me all of a sudden, oh, you don't want to fight another Mexican? Are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
How you pound the best? But if another Mexican pound the best, you don't want to take that gamble to see who's the best, huh?
If he's gonna get my attention anymore to watch a fight, he's gotta go and fight a Benavidez. And I'll tell you right now, he'll have a big problem if he does this and puts the earmuffs on and just stands there for defensive purposes with Benavidez.
Oh yeah.
He got caught a couple of shots doing that. Uppercuts, he got hit. Canelo, it wasn't. Ryder found him.
Yeah.
Ryder was hitting him. He hit him with uppercuts. He hit him with a few hooks from the southpaw position. And if you're going to put the earmuffs on and you're going to stand stationary, and you got a guy that's a willing guy with talent, he's going to hit you.
Yeah.
And if he does that, I would say that'd be a no-no to do that with Benavidez, because he'll make you pay a much higher price than you paid Saturday night.
That's a good point.
Absolutely. Look, the 168-pound division is stacked. It is exciting. And Benavidez deserves a world title opportunity. He's been waiting in line for I don't know how long. So there's a lot of players now at 168. Benavidez, I love. His style is incredible. He's amazing, amazing fighter. I love his attitude. I love what he represents. I love his work ethic. Yeah, he deserves a shot. And right now, Canelo Alvarez is the king. And the king has to decide. But like I said before, the media can help. The fans can help and decide what Canelo's next fight should be after he fights Charlo.
There are very few things that piss me off, contrary to what you would normally believe. I don't get pissed off at much, because most things don't matter that much, but I love the sport of boxing. And I gotta tell you, I'm so disgusted. They're just rumors, but we understand that there are things that get attached to rumors, some level of legitimacy and substance. When I heard the rumors that Canelo Alvarez, Saul Canelo Alvarez, is talking about fighting the bigger Charlo this time around, Jamal Charlo, the natural 168-pounder, okay? I'm saying to myself, wait a minute, this guy's had a fight once in the last 2.5 to 3 years. He obviously had some personal issues. Why pick him? And then you're hearing that after that fight, oh, I'm going to fight Terrence Crawford, who, by the way, started out his career lightweight, junior welterweight, went up from 140 to 147, is now the welterweight champion of the world at 147. That's 21 pounds lighter. That's 3 weight divisions lighter than Canelo Alvarez. I'm like, what about David Benavidez, the natural super middleweight, who's 28-0 with 24 knockouts, who's been begging for Canelo to get into the ring with him? It really, really ticks me off.
Top tunnel vision right now.
Yeah, but he has a big ego, but at the same time, he knew he could smoke out Golovkin, because Golovkin, by making him wait, right? You know, when you smoke somebody out of the house by making them wait, and eventually they can't breathe and they come out of the house. Well, Golovkin was older than him, right? So he knew he could smoke him out by making him wait. So his ego still let him wait to give him that third fight, right? It still let him wait, but he knew he would get him. With you, the smoking out ain't gonna work, because he's the one getting older. You're younger now. So if the longer he's waiting, you would figure the more disadvantageous it is. Do you think he's waiting for you to not be able to make the weight?
To be honest, I don't know what it is. In my
gym physically and not be present psychologically, right? So how do you stay with that psychological presence as well if this guy's not gonna fight you? Because personally, me, I already predicted he's not gonna fight you. You look way too good in the fight. You know what I mean? I think personally, you could have looked a little more ordinary and maybe you'd have fought you. But the way you looked on Saturday night, I personally don't think he's gonna fight you. So how do you keep that psychological edge about you to keep getting better, to keep focused, to keep impressing?
3 o 4 veces campeón mundial en diferentes divisiones, pero le falta un tiro y pues ahí está Benavidez. Yo creo que con Benavidez podría ser un choque como la queremos ver, un choque donde la gente creo que empezaría a darle la credibilidad que tiene Saúl Canelo Álvarez, que para mí es un gran boxeador, pero pues le hace falta ese empujoncito.
So let me ask you a question now. Are all these guys haters? Are all these guys fanboys? Are all these Hall of Fame boxers and Hall of Fame commentators, are all these guys casuals? Or wait, here's the classic cliche response. Oh, you got the Canelo haters. They're haters when they speak facts on your favorite fighter, but when they speak facts on other favorite fighters, then they speaking the truth, right? They understand what they're talking about, right? Nah, I don't think these guys are haters. I think the problem is, I think it all just boils down to one thing, okay? And one thing only. And I understand this is creepy for you. That's why I got the background the way I got it. I understand that the truth is scary for you Canelo fanboys. And again, y'all are my arch enemies, the Canelo fanboys, not the Canelo fans. But the truth is, make the fight happen. Just think of it like this, right? With every recent opponent that Canelo's fought, the fans has always had something to say, right? Jermell Charlo, 154-pound fighter, John Ryder, fighter nobody wanted to see. You know, we've always been complaining about these fighters, right? He's possibly fighting Jamal Charlo, I told you that. Terrence Crawford told you that, right? If he fights David Benavidez, it's nothing nobody can say, bro. Like, he would literally, Canelo would shut up every fan that's out there, whether you hate Canelo or you love him. He would shut them all up if he fights David Benavidez. What could be said if he fights David Benavidez? Nothing, because at that point, bro, you're fighting the guy that we want. You're fighting the second best or the questionable second best, maybe the first best fighter at 168. But we want to see the two best fighters fight each other. Imagine that, how much money that would make. All right, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. But what do I know?